Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining the next episode of the Immergence Show. I'm Nico Farah, your host, and we continue our conversation about latest and greatest in emerging tech and immersive experiences by bringing thought leaders to share their expertise and insights with you. And this week, we're talking about a very hot topic. Obviously, generative AI is very hot, very exciting. But the common challenge is how we mix it with the traditional creativity and advertising. So we have an expert who has been doing so many amazing, great work with biggest brands in the world, and she's going to tell us about all of her experiences and how she has created so many great, memorable content and creations. Laya, thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful for you being here with us and sharing your expertise. Feel free to introduce yourself.
Yeah, thank you very much for inviting me, Nico. I'm very happy and glad to be here. So, yeah, I'm Leia Grassi. I'm a Generative creative director, expertise in advertisement, as Nico just said before. And today we're going to go through some of my works, and I'm going to share it with you guys how I did that and what I had behind in my mind before these creations and how I work with my clients. And yeah, this is what we are going to do today. So I'm very excited.
Awesome. Likewise. Thank you so much. And I want to thank our amazing community who is always supporting us. Feel free to um, say where you're calling from in the comment section, ask questions, engage with us, and we will get to all of your amazing comments and questions. Hi, Greg. Thank you for calling from Michigan, US. And I'm in LA. Laya, where are you based?
I'm based in Andorra.
Amazing. Yes, our community is global, and we're so excited to get into the discussion. All right, Laya, tell us about your background. How did you even get into this space of generative AI and emerging tech and doing all this amazing creative work?
Yeah, well, I have more than 20 years of experience related with advertisements. And I always loved technology and art. I studied fine art when I was very, very young at the university. And since then, I have always exploring technology and art, how can combine together and how to create products that can make some profit. So that's why I get involved with advertisements. And yeah, since the beginning of the years, I have very interested about what is coming, what is new, how we can engage with our audiences, what can new tools can we use, what new channels, platform, etc., etc. So when I discovered artificial intelligence around 4 years ago, more or less, I was shocked. I get in love with that, and I was just teaching myself all the time how to use it and how can I could improve my work and my creativity with this new amazing tool. So since then I became in love, and now I am 100% involved with generative AI. That's everything, and all what I do is with Gen.
Amazing. What are some of the favorite tools that you use, if you can share with us?
Absolutely, yes. I love Ideogram. It's a platform for image that I really, really love because it's a very cool combination between a Journey, that is a platform that we, the artists or designers or art directors, whatever you want to call us, we use to generate images and generate cinematographic, like very realistic images, and it's very elegant, but it can't write. So it doesn't have the capacity to write down like long sentences. Maybe perhaps you can tell Nico or my name or wherever I don't know, like hello with flames. Yes, this will make it. But he's not capable to understand fully percent when it's a very complex scene related with some objects, related with some text. So ideogram is perfect because it's capable to do that. Dali as well can do that, but doesn't have the quality. So, for example, ideogram is one of my favorites. Then I use a lot Dream Machine for video. I use 11 Labs all the time with my clients for voiceovers. I mean, I have a lot, of course, ChatGPT. I use it a lot for brainstorming. Is my best coworker.
Amazing. Yes, we are all loving these new LLMs that really accelerated our progress and growth. All right, so let's share a screen. I have your portfolio open, or you can share your screen however you're comfortable. Let's just give an overview of all of your project, and then we get into more specifics. All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful. Let's go to the page that had all the different projects. Um,
Yeah,
yes,
here.
awesome. Cool. So give us an overview how you got involved with all of these projects before we get into each of them separately.
Okay, so as I said before, I was working with Gen I's since I started 4 years ago when the technology was not open. It was very difficult to interact with, and it was not ready for image at all. So it was starting to just chat and to see how the neuronal connections were working and how the potential. No, this is what I was exploring, and afterwards, perhaps after 2 years of that, or a year or two, I don't remember now. Coca-Cola opened one global contest to find AI artists, and I was very excited because I was practicing a lot all the time. I had my own consultancy company, and I was trying things with my clients, but it was not like super ready. Everyone was a little bit scared. Still, they are scared nowadays, but
Yeah,
2 years ago, it was even more like, what is that? So Coca-Cola opened that, and I was very lucky because I was one of the artists that won that contest. And since
beautiful.
then, I have been working with Coca-Cola in the global campaigns. I have been involved more in the Christmas campaigns, even the one that we are going to release now. I just delivered it a week ago, so it will
Nice.
be very excited to see that. Yeah. So since then, I've been working with them, and they opened my eyes about that we can really work with Genai and make like things happen. Like it's not just a tool to play. It's not just a tool to canalize my creativity I have inside. Is a tool that we can use for the business. So since then, I have been working very hard with my own clients, with new clients, with a lot of people doing conferences, explaining how I work and how I can deliver final products with Genai. It's not just a tool to do concepts; it's a tool to generate art, products, and graphics. From
Amazing.
from the perspective of a art direction background, but of course we can deliver like a beautiful text. We can deliver, I mean, a bunch of different kind of pieces. But yes, and here we have an overview about my scope of work. I work with different kind of brands, and I do different kind of things. I have always been very multidisciplinary. Multidisciplinary, I think is a
Yeah,
word.
multidisciplinary.
Yes, it's a word in English. Yes, I'm from Barcelona, so sometimes I can make up my
No,
English.
you're doing great.
Thank you. So yeah, nowadays I did a lot of things. I'm super lucky. I am an artist, a Gen I artist. I have representation of some galleries around the world that they sell my art. I have my own art collectors. Then I work as well as an concept interior designers, and I work with some architects creating concepts for restaurants, for houses, etc., etc., that you will see afterwards. I also do photo shooting for fashion. I create my own fashion brand with AI.
Wow,
I do advertisement campaigns, of course, for my clients, and I mean, I do branding. I do a lot of things, so it's
that's
very fun.
awesome.
Yes, and I feel very plenty when it's about my creativity. I have never felt like this before because I know how to draw, I know how to paint, I know how to write, and I have been creative director for the last 20 years. I know how it works, but it's the first time that I can do all just by myself, and I love it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I really love that you have done so many different aspects of using these tools. Hopefully, that will be inspiring to our audience, seeing what's really possible, because a lot of folks just focus on one aspect. That will be like their niche, but you have excelled different aspects, which is really powerful. All right, let's get into something that is very important to every brand, and that's branding and visual identity. So, tell us about this project. Looks beautiful. What's the background and how you went about creating these beautiful creations?
Yeah, in that case, the client that had the logo that is not here. That's why I was not sharing it in here, because they have the logo, and my work was to do all the brand look and feel of the brand, and
Mm,
all the art direction of it. And it's the first time that I was trying that, to have something that it was making sense altogether, because with AI it's very easy to have different kind of very powerful pieces, but they don't connect with each other. So in my challenge, this was a year and a half ago, so we didn't have any kind of a style or seat on my journey. It was very difficult to achieve that. And I was, I don't know, I was just trying, moving forward, and then I got that. I arrived at this point that I was capable to create one visual line for this brand, and in that case, I didn't did any kind of retouch. This was coming out direct from the AI, and that's why this is very special for me, because afterwards I did a bunch of different kind of branding works for different kind of clients, that I will share with you the one that I did for a can recently for Europe. But for me, that one is very special because it was the first one that I did for fashion brands, and without doing any retouching and anything. So it was like magic, and it's working very, very well.
awesome. And you said you mentioned you used Midjourney or something else for this.
In that case, I use Comfy UI,
Okay.
and yeah, because at that point, New Journey was not ready for it, and that's why I had to use something a little bit more specific, and I had to create my own model, if I can say it
Mm,
like, to generate something like that at a year and ago. I mean, at that time, because
wow.
nowadays it's not super easy, because it's not. You have to have the idea, you have to, write the prompts, communicate with the machine, and it's a hard work. It's not easy to achieve that. But nowadays, if I have the same briefing on the table, and I want to have the same result, it will be more easy, because the tools are in constantly democratization. So that's very good for us, for the creative people.
Awesome, awesome. Was there any lesson learned in this project that you can share with us? Any challenges you overcome or anything that you can,
Yeah,
tell us?
the main challenge, it was to have a consistent art direction. It was very difficult to have this kind of warm on all the imaginarium of the brand, and have the clothes of them, and you know that was a big challenge, and I was just experimenting myself constantly. So my advice would be, don't be overwhelmed about the brief. You always will find a way to make it happen.
Beautiful. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. You mentioned you want to show us the one you did for the can. Do you want to show that now?
Yes,
Awesome.
absolutely. So in that case, I had this super cool client that they did this. They had this hacker mate is the name. Is a drink that is a mix between mate, the plant mate, and mushrooms. That this there are Chinese mushrooms that they reconnect the neuronal connections. So it helps you a lot to be focused. And I mean, it's a healthy, energy drink, if I can say it like
Mm,
that.
okay.
So it has been the first can, at least in all Europe, made by AI, and is, I mean, it's real. You can go to the
Oh
supermarket, you
wow.
can, yeah, you can buy
Nice.
it. It's all over Europe now, and I made everything with AI. Everything, all the cans are made with AI. The universe, the website, all the graphic design, everything is made with AI. But in this case, this was very cool to do because I had to rethink about my creative process, because before I would start, doing the logo, and afterwards selecting the color palette, and then going with the typography, and then looking for which direction I should go. Something, I don't know, more dark for, I don't know, like energy drinks or healthy or wherever, and I will do this process. But with in this case, I had some ideas about, with the brief of the client, of course, like, perhaps this drink is for tech people or is for young people or something like that. And I had the opportunity with the eye starting by the end. So I start creating, I don't know, 50 or 100 different kind of cans, and looking for directions. And
Mm,
after I had all, I select 30, the 30 best cans that I had in different kind of scenarios. And
mhm.
I had the meeting with the client after a week, just a week, and I give to them 30 different kind of cans of different creative directions. And they were super happy, they were super impressed. They were able to see their product like in real.
Yeah.
So thanks to that process, I mean, we did that in a month. In a month, we had all the cans on the market. I did all the campaigns, and all the brand book was coming from here on the, on the other side. Usually we take the brand book, and from the brand book we create the brand and everything. And in
Mhm.
this case, we create the can, and from the can we went, on the other side. So it was very cool, very easy. And again, I'm super happy. I was super happy with that. And it's a huge success. And I'm very, it's an honor to me to say that I created the first AI can in Europe. So
That's
that's
awesome. Wow. Well, that's great. That that what you're describing is basically like accelerating the creative process that you have known for so long, but now you have the opportunity to kind of have full control. And we talked about this with other guests before as well. That previously they would never have as much control when you have so many people involved with so many different directions in mind. So this is really powerful that you were able to do all of that so cohesively. Beautiful. Awesome. Awesome. Um, let's see if we have questions. So Karen says, is that okay to send many options to the client? It leads to not knowing the proposal direction.
oh,
What are your thoughts? Like
that's
30 wasn't too much, wasn't confusing for them?
No, no, no. Before we were thinking of creative, that it's not good to go with a lot of options to our client, because it looks that we are not sure about us and about what we think. But thanks to this tool, we are able to deliver excellent work in different kind of direction. And if you have a storytelling behind each design, doesn't mean that you are not sure about it. So what I did different. I had like 5 types, if I'm not wrong. I just, it's from my memory, but I think I have 4 or 5 types, like very like big groups of the cans. I have one, it was for eco-friendly. I had
Mm-hmm.
another that it was, I'm just telling you like in very easy way, but of course I had a documentation. It
Sure.
was a very
Yeah, yeah.
long it was like, eco-friendly group. Then I had like the one that it was luxury group, and then I had the other one, it was something more strategic for them. And I was exploring new ways that they were thinking that it was not good to move forward before. For example, the
Yes.
one that won, the one that we're seeing now, they didn't have an idea like that. They want to go something more tech, to use the hacker, like the one that is, hacking the brain, getting into
Yeah.
the inside. But when they saw this design with the leaf around the can, and it's eco, but sometimes it's fresh, and it's so different from the rest of the cans that are in the line of the supermarket. They became in love, and they were super happy to see all the 30 options, to see how they compete with itself. So it was not bad at all. I think that now we have tools, and we need to reconsider how we work.
Yeah, how we
That's
approach clients. And you
exactly.
brought up a really good point because we had an episode about augmented reality, and we talked about like beauty. Sometimes we are afraid to even use a color of a lipstick because we think, oh no, that's not going to work for me. But with these technologies, even if you're afraid to physically put it on, you can just see it on yourself. Maybe blue lip liner works for you.
Yeah,
So what you're basically saying is that the client may not ever think of this option being good unless they see it. And so by putting it in front of them, we're actually opening their eyes to kind of like be more flexible, be more open-minded about the possibilities. And as long as you're guiding them through the process and supporting them in the decision making and telling the story, it should be helpful for them.
exactly. Yes. Last thing that you should look is like that you are lost around all these cans, and you don't know what they make, why you make it, and doesn't make any sense with each other. No, if you that happens. But if you are coming with your knowledge, and you have the strategy, and you know why you make that, and why you're showing that in front of your client, why not?
Yes.
I
Yes.
mean, it's
Yeah.
an excellent option. 90% of our clients, I'm telling this because of my personal experience, they don't have the capacity to imagine things. So it's great if you can show them how the final design looks, because then they can imagine the future of the product. You know?
Yeah, and the reason they're not able to imagine is not because, their talent or anything. It's just because we're used to what we see. And the example of you said, like the can stands out in the supermarket is a good example because when we think of a can, we think of like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, those type of cans that we see every single day. So now we're going about something different. Then you need to think differently, and these tools are helping us visualize that, which is amazing. Awesome.
Absolutely. The thing is, since we have Genai with us, we need to reconsider many things of the industry, and the creative process is one of those.
Beautiful. And just to let you know, our amazing audience are loving everything you're saying. They have converted to your fans.
Oh, thank you.
So that's beautiful. All right, so let's move on to one of our favorite topics, which is fashion. Let's talk about what you did for Bape. I am familiar with these brands. They were active in Web3. So tell us how you came up with this beautiful work and how you used AI for it.
Yeah, I was very lucky to meet Babe. So it was on one of my trips to Atlanta. I was inside the headquarters of Coca-Cola in Atlanta. So Babe is one of their. It's not the client because they do partnerships together. So they had
Yes.
this idea to create an AI like collaboration collection together. So they pitch us. I say us because it was not just me. We were all the like a bunch of artists. We were like 10 to 15 perhaps artists around the world. So they asked us to create a collection for Babe in collaboration with Coca-Cola.
Mm,
So those ones are the ones that I create a lot, but that ones they were the ones that Babe, well, he told me that he was in love with it. So
nice.
afterwards, yeah, he was very inspired, and for me, it was like, you know, touching heaven. It's very hard to do works like that. You have a Babe that is like a huge monster inside the fashion industry, and then you have Coca-Cola, and they want to work together with you. So that was very very, very inspiring project, and I'm very, very happy with it.
Amazing. So you basically integrated branding elements of both brands into
Yeah.
creating was it a full collection? So I see sneakers,
Yeah.
hoodies, everything.
Yeah, I mean, I had the ones we have this the first no the one that is the hoodie, the shoes, the all the the jacket with the trousers and the
Yeah.
other shoes. But the only one that it was just for branded, it was the monkey. The other ones is for just fashion related. The other was for branded content.
Awesome, awesome, and very cool. Let's look at other projects. And what did you use for this? What type of tool did you use for these?
In this case, I was using Dali with something else with a Coke platform could be. Yeah, because yeah, with Coke we can just use the tools or the in-house tools that they have, or the tools that they have some partnership with. So yeah.
I think, yeah, I heard at AWE that they basically custom trained the LLMs to work with Coca-Cola's branding. So that's what you're referring to. Awesome,
Exactly.
awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Let's look at High Snobbity and this collection, which is also very futuristic. Tell
Yeah.
us more.
So that was another super exciting project that I do it also with Coke. In this case with High Snappy that I love. Oh, sorry, that I love. And yeah, the brief in this case was to generate. So they had a pop-up store in New York. So they had a bunch of big screens in the middle of Times Square, and then they have some people that was interacting with it, and they asked us to generate all the fashion, the clothes from the attenders that were there, the workers that were at this pop-up, and then they asked us to generate all these visuals that they were on all these screens around the pop-up store, and also on the all the PR campaign. Is a collaboration again. Coke Zero, in this case, it was Zero, is another kind of look and feel. It's Coke Zero with Haisnathebe. And in this case, I was again super lucky because they picked my collection
Nice.
to be shown, and it was all over US. And again, it was very, very, very. I was super happy.
Beautiful. Awesome. This is great. If our audience has any question about this fashion work, I know Ian has created his beautiful sneaker brand. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Awesome. Let's look at Shiera. That is another beautiful, gorgeous design. Tell us about this project.
I'm in love with this project. This is a project that I have with I have a friend that is my business partner at the lake. So she is a real estate, a luxury estate, and both of us we love fashion and dresses. So I generate a very luxury collection, and we are selling this exclusively right now, just now, because we are now in looking for expanding a little bit more, but in LA. So in California, and the thing is, we have those designs, and we have like 12 designs of these clothes. They are custom made, so if you want one of those, they are going to be with your measurement, etc., etc. They are made in Barcelona, and then once the dress is ready, we pack the dress and we print the artwork. So if you choose, for example, the one in red, you're going to
Mm.
have your dress in a beautiful box. Everything is very luxury, very, very elegant, and at the
Mm.
same time, when we deliver that by hand in LA, we're going to
Wow.
give you the dress and the artwork. So you
Wow.
can have a big artwork on your house with your dress. And this is how they
Wow.
work.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. What's the
Yeah.
website where people can check this out?
I mean, we are on it because we have explored because the my business partner Nelly, she's when every time that she shows one of these luxury houses, she's wearing one of those, and she's beautiful. And I mean, we are right now. I don't know, have overbooked? Could be.
Uh,
We have
sold
a
out.
lot.
You're
Yeah, sold
sold
out.
out.
Exactly,
Awesome.
sold out. We are sold out now, and yeah, we need a little bit more time. So I put down the website. Perhaps in a month, will be
Sure. Yeah.
yeah. But
That's exciting. Yeah, feel free to put the socials channels later in our comments section. But yeah, this is awesome. We have a great community of digital fashion designers. They create so beautiful work, and it's beautiful that you're bringing this to the physical world and then tying it with the artwork and then hand
challenge.
delivering and doing this all concierge, bespoke experience that makes it much more memorable. So the
Yeah,
story to tell to others, beautiful.
yeah. For us, it's more about the experience, and every time
Yeah.
that you wear that dress, is exclusive and is coming from the art world. Than do like massive work. I mean, I'm not a fan of the fast fashion at all.
Yes.
So I prefer quality and more, brand experience in a high quality way than something very fast, not quality at all. And so yeah, that's why we
Yeah.
go step by step.
Amazing. I was just reading on Instagram, they found so many toxic chemicals in Timu and Shein products. We often think like, oh, it's just another design copied of the runway. I'm just gonna show it off, but you're actually, consuming toxic materials and harming the planet and harming yourself. So many
Yeah.
bad things with those fast fashion. All right,
It's so
beautiful. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I mean it's so bad. I agree with you, and I'm against that. I know that. I mean, I tell to people it's better if you keep some money and you buy good jeans than buy four different jeans that it will hurt yourself in long term. So
Yeah.
and the planet, and well, wherever is another kind of discussion. But yeah, I'm against fast fashion.
Beautiful, beautiful. But this is the power of technology to create more sustainable products too.
Yeah,
Awesome. So let's
and
talk
even
about this one.
yeah, and even for do prototyping. So
Yes.
so very fast, I'm going to come back to Shira. In this case, if I had to do the prototype of these dresses in a real world, I don't know, I will generate a lot of pollution,
Waste.
and
Yes, the
waste.
waste. Yeah.
Exactly. But thanks to AI and this kind of tools, I am not. It's totally, free,
Wow.
free way.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
sampling and prototyping, all of those in fashion, in physical fashion, is very wasteful.
mm,
So this is awesome. Let's talk about this project by Emily. Yes, go ahead.
yeah, yeah, Emily, that is a very cute project. This is a client that I have at the Maurice Island. So in this case, she is the one. She has the real collection. So this is coming from the real world to the digital world, and she don't had any option to generate to have like a very luxury, photo shooting about the environment and about their own clothes. So she asked me if I could help her to launch the brand with all these AI tools. And this is what I did. I didn't just create the parrot and all these, cute paradise. I asked her to if the daughter of her could wear the designs that she does. And what I did is I changed the girl completely to our model. To like I create the Mauritian model in a Mauritius beach, and I keep the clothes as they are, but I change everything as a very high quality photo shooting, something
Wow.
more elegant, something more fashionable, something. excellent, I can say, because I'm very proud of it. Even the picture of her, in this case, the hand looks more AI than the AI hand. And I always say that in this light, because the blonde girl, she has like the hand is doing something very weird. And I was capable to generate a hand that it was more real than the real one. So yeah,
Wow.
that was a very fun project to work with. And yeah, everyone was very, very happy and proud of it.
Beautiful.
Me too.
Yeah, this is kind of like virtual try-ons. So what tool did you use for this? This is really powerful for photo shoots. I know photo shoots are so costly, like so many people you need to have on set, and hours or days you have to go back and forth. So what tool did give you such a good result?
Yeah, this is again, is comfy. Okay, UI. This is a combination that I was just trying one time and another time and another time and another time with different kind of models. But again, every time that I work, uh, I use more than 5 to 10 tools. It's not just one. Or the base I had with Comfy, and then I use, for example, Magnific. That is an amazing tool for upscaling. And then I use a Firefly, Adobe Firefly, for all the details that were not like in the place. And yeah, and then I did some manual retouching, but not too much. And yeah, it was
Yes,
like,
yes. Yeah, these are
yeah,
all a lot of craft that goes into creating such a good work. It's not just a line up a prompt and getting the result.
I
It's,
wish.
yeah, it's a
Yeah,
lot of hard work, and having that eye to see what you're kind of looking to accomplish, and then taking all the steps to get there makes it special. Amazing. And Karen is asking the link to Comfy. If you know the link, Laya, you can tell us or put it in the chat.
yeah, the thing is, Comfy UI is a platform. Of course, I can share it. If you just type that in Google, you will have it. It's a platform to use open source models, and
Mm,
you need to combine them by models and connect them with, like, they are like connections one of each with each other to generate actions. It's not easy at all. There is people that they just do comfy things, and I have some help because I'm not an expert with Comfy UI. But if you want to be ahead of what the market can bring it to you, you should use Comfy. For example, nowadays we have Flux with Lora, and this is just in Comfy. You have maybe seen around some pictures of people that they look very real, like doing some conferences, or they are, I don't know, in a special photo shooting, they are itself. And this is something that you just can generate in Comfy UI platform. It's not
mm,
like Midjourney, it's not like Dali, it's not like anything like that. It's something more complicated, and you need to invest a lot of time to work with it. And
beautiful.
just you know, just, it's not, I mean, it's not the best answer ever,
No, I mean
but
open source projects and anything that is kind of ahead of the curve. That means you need to do more customization and do other things. It's not as straightforward, but that's what allows you to create these unique creations that you may not get in other platforms. Cool,
exactly.
cool. So let's switch gear and go to interior design, which is another great niche that we can use these tools for. Tell us how you went about creating these beautiful designs and architectures.
Yeah, since long time ago, I did many restaurants, nightclub for all over Spain and south of Europe, I can say. And I have this interior designer background. So when I discover all these tools, I use it for the things that I know how to do it. It is advertising, interior design, and art. So I had the opportunity to create some concept design for houses. that
Wow.
they are in California, and I do some collaborations with an architect that I think I have some the houses from outside in this deck. And I started with him. We had a lot of fun doing that, and this is how we work. I generate the concepts with him, and he make it happen. So that's super cool. And also I do like restaurants. Oh, looks taka taka ta, but this is smooth.
It's
It's the
okay.
connection.
It's a video.
Okay.
Awesome. Yes,
And
go
then
ahead.
yeah, and then I do this is a project that is there's something is a restaurant that you can visit. It's in Saint Tropez in the south of
Wow.
France. Yes, and it's called L'Opéra Saint Tropez. It's very famous, and they asked me for generate the renovation of L'Opéra Saint Tropez, and I create a huge deck because here I have a few pictures, but a huge deck with again it was very challenging to have a coincidence, something that it was
Cohesive.
making
Yeah.
sense. Yes, but was nowadays is kind of easy, but it was very difficult at the time. This is a year and a half ago, and from this deck, they took all the inspiration and they did all the renovation. So it's very magical to be there for me because. I mean, again, it's like when I touch the dresses, is or the can that I just showed you before. It's not just a digital product; it's real, right? So yeah, this is a project that I really love, and is now it's going to be in two different cities that I can't share, but it's from in one in US, the other one in South Arabia, more or less, and they are going to build it like exactly like the concept that you can
Wow.
see. So it's very very excited, and this is a very very fun project that I work with.
Beautiful. Yes, this kind of like futuristic, very
Mm,
harmonious design. Wow, this is amazing to be able to see this in real life.
thank
Awesome,
you.
awesome. And so you worked with architectures. Do they ever come to you and say like, "This is not even possible to build"? Like,
All the
yeah.
all the time, but I say try harder. Try harder. I'm sure you can do it. And they, if I'm honest, they are not super happy with these new concepts. But at the end, if they push themselves a little bit more, they can do it. You need to find the right architect to work with. It's not no all the architects, at least from my experience, they are going to jump in a project like this because it's very challenging, very challenging. But if they have the budget and the time, why not?
And it creates a very unique outcome that they're not gonna get kind of that way of standing out from the crowd. So it's just that they have to do that investment. I think that's a good segue to this question we had from Greg. Do you see your colleagues and competitors embracing AI? How is your current level of legislation and regulations impacting your business? Do you have any thoughts about, like what others are doing in this space and, you know,
Ah, I'm very, very involved. I'm director of two masters, one in Miami and the other one in Spain. Well, is in all very America, and I'm very connected with all the Gen I universe and all the colleagues and everything, everyone in the industry. So people, you can see two sides and they are very clear, and I know everyone knows, right? So we have the ones that are embracing the tools, a little bit afraid, but they are embracing it. But what the ones that are embracing the tools, what I see is they don't know how to make profit with it. They don't see to how to generate real product with it. So they are a little bit lost and they use it for concepts. And when it's about to generate something to the final client, something that goes to the final customer, they use traditional ways to move forward. So this is the case that I see. I'm not meeting a lot of people that is doing, and it's not because I am doing it, but it's doing the same that as I do. They use AI for art that I love. They use AI for concept that I love, video concepts again, and stuff like that. But I don't come and see with my colleagues that they use AI that they will use as a final piece. So that's the thing that I see. And the other side of these people my colleagues, competitors, wherever, they are the ones that are completely against AI because they have been brainwashed. And I'm saying like this because it's the truth.
Yeah.
Is not stealing from anyone. AI is just learning. And when it learns, it replicates. It's like when every time that I see the number, I don't know, nine, is not because I remember all the nine numbers that I have seen in all my life. It's because I learned what is a nine. So AI does the same. And I think that in the coming years, we will see a big impact in the industry, and the ones that they have been capable to open their eyes and see that AI is going to be everywhere. It's going to be like electricity, right? So
Yeah. Or the
it's going to
internet, right? All of these tools that are so basic now.
it's not just internet. It's like electricity nowadays. We don't consider our reality without connection with electricity, the light, the conversation that we are having right now, the our phones, everything, is about electricity. But before, we had a universe without it, and everyone was the light with the fire, and things like that. So AI is going to be the same. AI is going to be like electricity, will be everywhere, but with this touch of magic that makes things happen. So this is how it's coming. Legislations, we do have a regulation. When I work with global big brands, we have some rules that we need to follow because they want to protect themselves, and they are doing a very good job, and I follow them. But me, I have some ethics. I have a lot of ethics. And every time that I use any kind of tool, I always use that. What I say is clean prompts. What it means, I never put work of another ones, because a lot of people is prompting with pictures. I don't do that. I never use brands, and I never use artists that they have not been dead the last 100 years ago. So
Wow.
that are my roles. And I work with my knowledge, and I speak with the tools as yes, without touching the work of my colleagues, friends, or even my competitors. So
Wow. I appreciate you sharing that, and thanks for the great question, Greg. I think it's a very common concern to think about the ethics when we talk about these tools. And we just need to remember these are just tools, and it's about how to use them. You could be using Photoshop, that is now a commodity, to do harm as well. You don't really need AI. So this is important to mention. And Karen is asking, what's the master's program you mentioned? If
in
anyone is
Miami,
interested. Yeah.
oh, yeah, sure. It's called Miami Art School, and right now I'm at the boot camp with them, with a bunch of the students, and I have another one in the Miami Art School in Madrid. Everything is online. That is called Master in Genai, if I'm not wrong, because we are changing the name all the time. And then I do another one in Learning Heroes. That's another platform, but it's just for Latin speakers. And that master is the one that is super, it's very long. It's like, well, very long, it's not that long, it's 6 months master, and it's just for creative minds.
Okay, awesome, awesome. And if you guys have any more question for Laya, you can definitely reach out to her on LinkedIn or other platform. She's awesome and happy to support. Awesome. Let's move on to advertising. Very important aspect of storytelling for brands, and you did some great work with museums. So tell us about those museum work that you did. And you just mentioned you don't necessarily bring up the work of recent artists, so I would love to hear more. This is not something we have often see.
So yeah, in this case, I had a contact. The Museum of Fine Art of France. They contact me to generate like the first mixed exposition, with a traditional exposition with a final end with the eye. So it was super excited. It has been just the first time that we have seen that, like globally. So again, I'm very proud of being innovative in that way, and I love art.
Yeah.
So my role was to take Viollet Leduc. It was an artist, architect, mathematic that he was architect, and he was generating very important buildings at the time. He generated Carcassonne, that is a medieval city, and he created the Cathedral of Notre Dame in Paris. I think that
Wow.
everyone knows that. And
Yeah.
he very, very interesting artist. And my role was to take Viollet Leduc to life. That project is from a year and a half ago. It was a big challenge again. I need to upload my portfolio. I'm looking at it. But it was a year and a half ago, and it was a big, big challenge. So what I did it was I generate Viollet Leduc like he had a video, and you had the opportunity to interact with him, speak with him about the work of him. Then I finish all the concepts that he didn't finish at the time. Or as you can see, I
Wow.
in one model to learn how Viollet Leduc was thinking, how Viollet Leduc was drawing everything. It was super cool, super interesting. And then I generate a very emotional video where Viollet Leduc was walking through all the museum, looking at at the collection that they have. And and that was all the work that I did for them, and it was beautiful, very emotional.
Wow. Wow. This is mind blowing to have the opportunity to collaborate with such a big talent, historical talent that is no longer around us, but you can co create and continue his creation. That is so unique and powerful. Amazing job.
Thank you.
Awesome. And what did they do with the outcome of that? What was the kind of the outcome?
They were overwhelmed. They were shocked. They didn't expect that I was capable to do what I did.
Yeah.
And we are still in some conversations looking for the next collection. We are just looking for the timings because I'm a little bit, you know,
Yes.
overwhelmed with work. But definitely we're going to do another one soon.
And did you do another museum too? This is
Yeah, I
how
did a few in Spain. I don't have it. Oh yeah, I have. I think I have a
you had a
film.
natural history.
Oh, the natural history, yes, but that one is a e-shop. This is a store that is called World Museum of Natural History, and they have it's an e-commerce that they have these simple designs where people can buy that. And
Wow,
they asked me if I could do some video promotions of their assets that they have. So I generate all this video with AI, and I think it's super cool.
that's awesome.
This is
Yes,
not
bringing
render, it's not animation, it's just AI. And the thing here is that every time that we use AI with real things, we the 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 LL models, they don't respect, the original design or what they are seeing. And I mean, for example, when the shark is taking the jumper is moving as tissue, and is moving
yeah,
as textile, sorry, and is moving like it's in the water. And this is not an easy thing to see. Or for example, when the duck is biting the cup, is biting like it's something solid. And these kind of things, they are not easy at all to achieve with the eye. So I'm very proud of this project too.
amazing. And what tool did you use for this or tools?
In this case, I use Dream Machine. Dream
Amazing.
Machine. Yeah, in this case, I use Dream Machine and then a little bit of Photoshop.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, when we think about this merch and products that museums or other places offer, there sometimes can be very boring by themselves. But if you are just bringing another life to it with these animations, that's just going to be a lot more memorable and
Yeah,
fun.
yeah,
And yeah, definitely we can see the craft in these, how this is so harmonious, integrated into the product. Awesome. Not everybody can do this, guys. This definitely takes a lot of talent and craft. Awesome, awesome. So beautiful and powerful. We are almost approaching towards the end of the show. So I would
Yeah.
love to get into kind of like what's the future of this industry from your perspective. And if you want to share any of your videos, I know you created various video stories. If any of those you want to share, because we have only 5 minutes. So let's quickly get into the future. And then I would love to know a little bit about your future in this space as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can share one that is about life, and it was the first, like, very, very short. It's like a minute and a half, but it's like short film that I did, trying to, like, thinking what happened if I could have like a camera, and what story could I tell. I don't know if it makes sense, but I did that. I'm going to share it with you.
Life is fleeting, like a petal gently falling, like ripples in a lake. Every action, it shows beyond the visible. Each moment is a miracle, fragile and beautiful like butterfly wings. In the quietest moments, we find the purest essence of life. Fragility reveals itself in most a remainder of life's transients. Like the seasons, our lives change and transform. Sometimes life shakes us in power and strength. Each new day is an opportunity to start anew. Human connection, so fragile yet so powerful. Life is a journey full of unexpected destinations. In silence, we find wisdom and peace. Joy and love give us the strength to carry on. In the fall, we discover our courage. Music, a reflection of the soul and our deepest emotions. And our days end in the stillness of the horizon. We find beauty in that peace.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you so much, Laya. This was such a good note to end on. And yeah, tell us what's next for you, how we can all support you, and be part of this revolution that you have been a strong element of.
Yeah, I mean, next is for me. I'm working with a lot of different projects. I'm doing a lot of different kind of conferences globally, and I mean, my journey has been intense, and I'm very happy. And if you want to keep in touch with me, if you want to support me, just be in contact with me in LinkedIn, for example, is a platform that I'm very I have a beautiful community in LinkedIn, and I always answer to anyone that has some questions or want to do some collaborations or whatever. So yeah, my advice for that will be, let's connect.
Awesome, awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And this was so insightful to see how you have beautifully crafted these, different aspects, different industries, and different tools. Karen was asking, how do you know what tools to use? I'm sure this comes by experience and knowledge, and just playing with it. Do you have
Try
anything? Yeah.
everything. Try everything that is on the market. I do a lot of A/B testing and beta testing, sorry, with some clients that they contact me. So I almost know everything that is on the market. I usually invest 1 to 2 hours every day to try new tools. So
That's powerful. Yes, we have to stay on the trend and figure out what's next. Awesome. And I want to thank our amazing community. Alberto, I appreciate you supporting Karen with the links, and everyone else who has been asking right questions and directing us to the great conversations that we just had. Gabriel, Ian, Greg, Laura, Karen, Alberto, all of you who are tuning in live, and we'll be listening to the recording afterwards. We're so grateful for you. Feel free to follow and connect with me and Laya, and follow back and join us next week. We do this show every Tuesday at noon EST. And we bring in thought leaders that inspire you and give you direction. So again, thank you so much, Laya. You're amazing. We can't wait to see more of your creations. This is just the beginning. You're so talented. You're so ethical about everything that you're doing, and this is we need more of people like you in this space. Awesome. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Nico. It has been a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much for inviting me. You are very professional. I love your platform. So thank you very much. It has been
Thank
great.
you. And everyone is sending you flowers, love, everything. Everybody's so happy. We appreciate every one of you, and we'll see you next week. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.